Good evening, welcome to ITV News. This is Thursday night's calendar.
And these are this evening's main stories. And first tonight, there are calls for one of Lincolnshire's most senior Conservative councillors to resign after he used a racial slur in a council meeting. Councillor
Ian Stokes, the Vice-Chairman of South Kesteven District Council, was chairing a public meeting before broadcast on the authority's YouTube video channel when he used offensive racist language. He's apologised and be suspended by the Conservative Party pending an investigation. But there are some demands for him to quit as a councillor altogether. John Hill is... And this has led to his suspension, hasn't it, John? Next tonight, there are urgent calls to improve the state of dentistry in the region. Dr Caroline Johnson, the MP for Sleaford and North Hykeham, held a debate in Parliament last night after she was contacted by dozens of constituents having problems accessing an NHS dentist.
In Lincolnshire, there was a drop of 30 dentists providing NHS services in the year to April this year. We've spoken to one woman from Heckington who had to wait 3 years to register with a dentist. The government says it is working with dentists to try to improve access to care. Adam Fowler has the story. Much indeed, that's Harry Horton down at Westminster for us. Well, next this evening, the Education Secretary headed out of London today. He'd been in Barnsley answering calls for the government to tighten COVID restrictions amid rising rates.
Schools have partly been blamed for the increase in some parts of the region, and Nadeem Zahawi, who was the vaccine minister, of course, says boosting the vaccine rollout for high school-aged children next week is key to stopping the spread. Well, Emma Wilkinson is live in Barnsley.
Well, do stay with us, still to come on the programme this evening. Calls...
You just can't help but smile when you see, can you? Hopefully they've had some nice memories today. Next tonight, with so much focus on the coronavirus pandemic, it's easy to forget that until recently, our biggest public health risk was actually the quality of the air we breathe. Now, parts of our region are already cleaning up their act with a vote next week on whether Sheffield will introduce a clean air zone.
However, for a decade, the government has failed to meet national legal limits of air pollution in the UK. That's a story that ITV's Tonight programme has been following for a number of years. And in this evening's edition, reporter Joe Crowley investigates what's being done to tackle the problem and how all of us could be affected. Kevin Ashford has been taking a look at the programme.
Thanks, Charlene. Well, next on calendar, the number of parents having a child through a surrogate has quadrupled in the last decade, but it's claimed laws around the process are outdated and leave both parties vulnerable.
Yes, there are calls to update the 1985 Surrogacy Act, which automatically means the surrogate is the legal mother of the child, even after the baby is born. There's also very little in the way of binding obligations for surrogates and intended parents to ensure that they fulfil their responsibilities. Nick Smith has been looking at this story for us.
Cheery stuff, isn't it? And we've got John here, who is cheery stuff.
Thank you.
Beautiful, thanks, John. And we did all get big coat on, didn't we? But we're going to finish tonight with some very special youngsters who've got a VIP pass today to meet and go behind the scenes with the world-famous Red Arrows. And there was even a display just for them.
Yes, it was all arranged by the When You Wish Upon a Star charity that creates magical memories for children and young people living with life-threatening illnesses. So it was time for a bit of Top Gun action across Lincolnshire's big blue skies, and Martin Fisher was there. A brilliant day for everyone. I'm with Ethan. They go far too fast and far too much up and down for me.
But I don't know who was more inspired by him. Anyway, here's John with the weather. Thanks for that, John. Well, that's it from us. Our next update is at 10:30.
Yes, the national and international stories are next with Charlene White.
But for now, from all the team here on Calendar, thanks ever so much for watching and have a lovely evening.
Good night.